Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Tonight we have with us Jill Colatoriano.
Yeah, it's Victoria Colatoriano.
What'd you say?
It's Victoria.
Victoria Colatoriano, sorry. Victoria Colatoriano. Welcome to the show, Victoria.
Thank you.
Victoria, how did your racing career begin?
Well, I got invited out to the track by one of my friends. It was an outlaw kart, and I just decided that that's what I wanted to do. It took a couple months to convince my parents, but eventually they caved in, and here we are.
Okay. What was it like for you to race for the first time? Were you the least bit scared at all?
It was a little nerve-wracking, but after I got a little comfortable with the car, after I'd say my third race, it was really fun and I enjoyed it.
Okay. Um, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
Well, I've won about 15 races in my career so far. I've only been racing a year and a half, and I've won a championship, a first place championship in Junior 3 and a second place championship in 125.
Very cool. Very cool. How did you celebrate your victories?
I spend time with my friends and my family after the races, and we just try to have a good time.
Okay. What's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
Waking up, the weather's nice, not too hot, not too cold. Um, having some, making the car like fit my driving and just having a fun night. I don't necessarily have to win, I just want to have fun.
How do you get your car to fit your driving?
Just going out on the track and seeing if it's loose or tight and just adjust it to what I feel is right.
With your racing career, what has to be your most favorite victory?
Um, Probably on my 13th birthday when I drove from the back of the heat race to first, and so it put me on pole, and I just led the rest of the race from there.
Very cool. What is the story behind your racing number? Where did that come from?
Well, my when we first bought the car, it was 14, and I wanted to change it to 98 because that was my favorite number when I first started racing. But I just fell in love with the number 14, and 5 cars later, it's still my number.
Who do you have for sponsors on your racing team?
Raw Ironworks, they're really helpful. They don't necessarily pay me, they just help me with my skills and they just give me advice and they help us with our setups. Bigfoot Speedway in Hochtown, Oklahoma. It's a little go-kart track and I've been going there for a really long time. And that's just, they're really nice people and they found out that I was racing and they're like, we want to sponsor you. So, and then K-Square Graphics, they always make my graphics look really cool and the wraps look really good out on the track. And I recently got a new sponsor, Cavender Ford in Oklahoma City, and they're going to sponsor me for this whole shootout. And I'm really excited to see what happens after that. And I always a nod to my namesake, Verdome. It was my great grandfather's company, and I was named after him because his name is Victor. And I just like to put his company on my car because he holds a really special place in my heart. And I just hope that he can enjoy my victories from up in heaven.
Are you presently looking for more sponsors?
Yes, I'm always looking for more sponsors.
How does one get a hold of you to sponsor you?
Pardon?
How does one get a hold of you to sponsor you?
Messaging my Facebook, my dad's Facebook, or my mom's Facebook. You can find them at Louis Colatoriano, Jill Colatoriano, and Victoria Colatoriano Racing.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to sponsor our guest or get to know our guest better, reach out to her on those social media platforms where she just listed her Facebook pages there. What's an awesome day at the racetrack look like for you?
Just the weather being nice and having a fun time out on the track.
What's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
Just having fun, making laps, and just improving my driving.
Who is your racing hero?
Probably Dale Earnhardt or Kyle Larson. They've really inspired me. Dale Earnhardt, I just find his story really cool. And Kyle Larson, he's a really neat driver. He does a bunch of different stuff, and it's just really inspiring to see that one person can do so many things and still succeed.
Have you ever met Kyle Larson?
No, but I have met his kids, Owen and Audrey Larson. Audrey is a really sweet girl, and we hung out at Port City quite a couple times.
Is this your first time racing the Tulsa Shootout coming up, or have you raced there before?
Yes, it's my first year in a micro, and we got it about 4 weeks ago, and we're getting it ready for the Tulsa Shootout and trying to get some laps in it. And I'll see if I can work my way up to the A.
All right. When you're strapped into your race car, getting ready to go on the racetrack, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out and do this?
Just relaxing. If it's a big race, just treat it like a normal race and just not focus on winning, but just improving my driving skills and just having fun.
Do you have a racing nickname?
Pardon?
Do you have a racing nickname?
Not yet, but hopefully soon.
What do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
I recently started cross country, but I also like just calling my friends from the racetrack and just catching up with our school lives and what we all are doing.
What are your future goals as a race car driver?
Winning the Chili Bowl, the Knoxville Nationals, and getting a couple Golden Drillers.
All right. What is your home racetrack you race on?
My home racetrack is Cam Cartway in Rome, Texas. It's the very first track that I ever raced on, and I always makes it always it's always fun there. Mike Ingstrom and Kelly Ingstrom always put on a good show.
What is your favorite racetrack you've ever raced on?
81 Raceway in Mika, Oklahoma. It's really fun because that's where I meet my closest friends. And Jared and Lindsay Warhurst, they run it and they always put on a great show. And they make every kid feel like they're improving on the track in some type of way.
Who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Dakota Warhurst, Audrey Larson, Brock Kirsten, Riker Brown, Rex Morris, McKinley House, the Dierksen twins, Riley Warhurst, and a lot of other people.
What's the best piece of advice you've gotten as a race car driver?
You have to lose every way possible until you can win.
What kind of advice would you give a new race car driver?
Don't focus on winning. Just try to get practice and make sure like you feel comfortable in the car and just try to improve your driving until you feel ready to drive your way to the front.
Who's all on your racing crew?
Um, it's kind of small so far, but it's my dad, my mom, and Lindsay and Jared Warhurst definitely help out a lot. They're always there if we need something.
Do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Pardon?
Do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
At Freedom Nationals, it was the 4th of July weekend. I won prelim night two in junior three, and I started second row inside, and I had the fastest car out there, but we didn't make it one lap until my car got pinched up in the wall
Oh,
and bent the axle and the spindle, so I wasn't able to finish the weekend.
I bet you that didn't make you too happy, right?
No, but it was a learning experience.
What types of racing do you like to watch on TV?
I like to watch the Cup Series and NASCAR and World of Outlaws on Flow.
What would you had the opportunity to talk to Kyle Larson himself? What would you say to him?
Um, I'd say how he's a really good driver and how he's inspired me to be a better driver, and he's just really awesome.
At this portion of the racing show, Victoria, I'd like to turn the mic over to my guest. If you have a couple questions you'd like to ask me, you can ask me a couple questions.
Okay. I don't have any questions either.
All right. Uh, so you eventually want to race micro sprints and the Tulsa Shootout and then the World of Outlaws. What are you looking forward to racing most in the World of Outlaws series?
Um, just being a girl racing in one of the biggest dirt car classes or series, and just inspiring younger girls that want to make it one day, that you can do it, you just have to work hard.
All right. Victoria, I would like to thank you for being on our racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better. I will have you step out, and I will have you step out, and I will call a little bit to thank you in person. Okay?
Okay, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Victoria Colatoriano on our racing show tonight. Go hit her up on all of her Facebook pages that she mentioned if you'd like to sponsor her, get to know her a little bit better. Or if you'd like to sponsor our racing show or get to know us or be on our racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-738, or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com. Big news out of the World of Outlaws camp tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Spencer Baston is going to be driving the number 17 NOS Energy Drink World of Outlaws sprint car starting next year, taking over for Sheldon Houdenchild. And the other big news is Brad Sweet, driving the number 49 Napa car, is retiring. Have a good night, everybody, and talk to you.